Here are the headlines, New York Times, read that headline. It's the most beautiful headline I've seen in years. The hottest thing in real estate is a loan from 2 years ago. That's awesome. I mean, and then this came from Market Watch just about 3.5 weeks ago. You want a 3% interest rate? Assumable mortgages, a relic, a dinosaur, right? Since the 80s, they're back. And they will combat the high interest rates that are on the market today. Because, let's make it very simple. A buyer can assume a seller's loan, and I'll get to the details what types of loans are assumable and which ones are not a bit later. But why not assume a loan at 3.5% if you like the property, right? Why not? And then this was in the Wall Street Journal. The homebuyers quandary. Nobody's selling. Well, they're not selling because they don't want to say goodbye, adios, to their 3.5% loan that they have. But if you could show a seller who's not even listed for sale, or the ones that are listed, that your replacement home can be an assumable loan. Get a home with an assumable loan. That's going to be exciting because then people can sell their house with their gorgeous, attractive, and beautiful current loan and buy a new home that's got an assumable loan. Because FHA and VA and USDA, let me repeat that, FHA, VA, and USDA, they all allow assumable loans, but nobody knows this except the old veterans, the grizzly veterans like myself, because I've been doing this since 1983, so I know about it. A lot of you maybe don't even know they're allowed to be assumed. If you've got an assumable loan and it's a VA loan, FHA loan, USDA loan, and you're paying 3.5%, and you got 27 years left on your loan, and you're selling your home, let the buyer take it over. Pay it forward. Let the buyer get into your home and let the buyer get a break. Pay it forward. Help the buyer save money. Because if you don't, it's okay. There's no guilt trip here, but the buyer will love you. The buyer will love a seller if the seller will cooperate, call the current bank and say, listen, I got a buyer here who wants to assume my loan at 3.5%. They're going to say, no problem, it's allowable. And we just need your authorization so that the buyer and the buyer's agent and Paul Shepard can call and handle the paperwork to allow the buyer to assume your beautiful loan. So the seller has nothing to lose. They're going to get their full price because the assumed loan goes to the buyer and the down payment goes to the seller. The seller gets full price.